Hello everybody, hope you're enjoying the music. I'm going to do a song for you about a recent visit to a local folk club, and this is how it goes. Everything was buzzing at my local folk club. The musicians were all arriving, there was quite a hubbub. It was all going fine, but then I noticed something weird. There was a bloke sat in the corner who didn't have a beard, and sat there on the table next to, with frothing pint of ale, there was a neatly folded copy of the Daily Mail. And now we sat there waiting patiently for his turn to perform. He looked pretty confident and seemed to know the form. There was eager anticipation as he prepared to play. But when he got started, people couldn't believe what he had to say. See, it soon became apparent as he began to sing. He was a folk singer who was a bit right-wing. He was a bit right-wing, he was a bit right-wing. I was listening to a folk singer who was a bit right-wing. He did a song about Thatcher being a national treasure, then one about returning to imperial measures. He said that the wealthy should be taxed less, and it would be a good idea to privatise the NHS. And then to cap it all, that folk singing Tory did a rendition of Land of Hope and Glory. Well, the audience, of course, went apoplectic. They'd never heard songs sung by a Eurosceptic. And when he did one about the benefits of Brexit, a couple got right up and headed straight for the exit. They'd never seen the like of it, never heard such a thing. They were listening to a folk singer who was a bit right-wing. He was a bit right-wing, he was a bit right-wing. They were listening to a folk singer who was a bit right-wing. When he finished his set, he shouted, "Hasta la vista," which didn't go down too well with the Corbynistas. He then clearly thought he would get an encore, but when it wasn't forthcoming, he went straight out the door. The audience couldn't believe what they had just seen. Oh, and he didn't buy a raffle ticket, which I thought was quite mean. Well, the people at the folk club are usually well-meaning, but most of them tend to be a little left-leaning. I know at the golf club it's a different story, 'cause most of them there are raving Tories. Anyway, he didn't come back. We never heard a thing, but we'll remember the folk singer who was a bit right-wing. He was a bit right-wing, he was a bit right-wing. We'll remember the folk singer who was a bit right-wing. Thank you very much, the folk singer who was a bit right-wing. Now, I hope you're all having a nice time this evening, and I hope you're all happy, and I hope none of you are grumpy. There's always one or two people out there who might be grumpy. So anyway, I'm going to do a song for those people who are grumpy, and it's called Grumpy Man. There's people who make me irate, things that get me all in a state. It's no wonder my blood pressure's high. Guess I'm a grumpy kind of guy. I don't like Jehovah's Witnesses at the door, people who post their Wordle scores, blokes on crowded trains who smell A bonfires on Sunday afternoon, a bloke who owns Weatherspoons, and of course that pretty Patel. And then there's bottles with childproof caps, and that's Piers Morgan, well, isn't he a prat? There's teenagers who drive too fast and get up right behind your ass. All those ads for online bookies, speeding, noisy motorbikes, complete nutters like David Icke being asked to accept cookies. There's people who make me irate, things that get me all in a state. It's no wonder my blood pressure's high. Guess I'm a grumpy kind of guy. There's people that video gigs on their phones have naff ringtones, those who forget to flush the bog. There's passwords I forgot, predictive text has lost the plot, and of course this is Jacob Rees-Mogg. And then there's bananas that go brown and squishy, and I'm not a great fan of Rishi. There's trolleys with wobbly wheels, those confusing meal deals, all the ads for Go Compare, smelly drains and dripping packs, passwords on getting hacked, and hand dryers that don't blow much hot air. Oh yes, there's people who make me irate, things that get me all in a state. It's no wonder my blood pressure's high. Guess I'm a grumpy kind of guy. I don't like custards that's full of lumps, Putin and Donald Trump, oligarchs on billionaires, little dogs that like to yap, football pundits talking crap, and flying anywhere on Ryanair. And then there's people talking loudly at the bar, especially when I'm playing my guitar. There's instructions I can't comprehend, sellotape when I can't find the end, coffee cup and lids that don't fit, call centres we hold forever, cling film that sticks together, and politicians who just talk. Oh yes, there's people who make me irate, things that get me all in a state. It's no wonder my blood pressure's high. Guess I'm a grumpy kind of guy. Guess I'm a grumpy kind of guy. Thank you very much. Don't be grumpy. Enjoy the rest of the music and look forward to seeing you soon.